Alright guys, so let's get right into it. The first thing I did was went in with my Benefit Cosmetic Pore Professional Primer and I rubbed that all over my face. Then using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil in the color Auburn, I trace out the top of my brow and being sure to bring that tail down to meet the corner of my eye. Then I fill in the brow with hair-like strokes, and then I take the pencil and trace out the bottom of my brow just to go ahead and conclude that shape. And I did the same thing on the other brow. I start at the top, trace my shape out, bring that tail down to meet the corner of your eye. Then I fill it in with those hair-like strokes, and then I go ahead and trace out the bottom shape of my eyebrow. Next thing I did was using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC45 and using a flat concealer brush from ULTA, I went ahead and carved out the bottom of my brows. And you want to try to get a nice smooth stroke. I like to warm the product up on the back of my hand. And I prefer this concealer. It's a little bit brighter, a little more tacky. I use this other MAC concealer. The details will be in the description box, and I continue to carve out my brows, and then I went ahead and just covered my eyes to use it as a primer and my under eye a bit. Did the same thing with the other brow, just carve it out starting from the inner part of your brow and just bring it down in a nice stroke, and then I went ahead and used it as an eyeshadow primer. Then I'm going to use my ColourPop the Full Beat beauty sponges, and I just wanted to blend that in, and then I just went ahead and concealed my other problem areas. Then I used my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette in the color shown, both of those colors, and using a MAC 224 brush, I just went ahead and built on my transition color on my brow bone. And you just really want to get a good foundation there so that the other colors have something to blend into. So really go in about 2 to 3 layers and just continue to blend that flesh tone color into your brow bone. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other brow, just continuing to blend using that windshield wiper motion, and just keep building that color until you've reached your desired depth. Using the color Thick Skin from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I continue to build up on my transition color. Just really kind of pack it on, and then I blend that color in using those windshield wiper motions. And just keep doing that until you get the coverage that you desire. I like a lot of depth, so I like to use colors that are very similar and kind of build on that. I used the color Thick Skin, and I went into my crease and just really build that reddish orangish color into that transition color. And of course I did that on both eyes, just using those windshield wiper motions. Blend. Using a dense white tipped blending brush, I went into the color Next and continue to build in that crease with this pretty color. And I wanted a brush that was a little bit denser, so you want a dome shaped brush, something similar to like a MAC 217, but this is a Morphe brush. And just keep blending that color from your outer V and deepening it into the crease. And I always like to shake off the excess color before I go into my eye. Continuing with the theme of building depth with similar colors, I went into the color Crazy, and with that same Morphe brush, I just continued to deepen that crease color, starting at that outer V and just going into about the halfway point right above my lid and my crease. So at this point, just to clean it up a bit, I came back in with my MAC 224 brush. I didn't clean it off, and just blend those colors together. Then I'm going to use a Real Techniques flat shader brush. I'll put the details below. And using my MAC Pro Longwear NC45 concealer, I'm just going to bring some of that color back, or actually get rid of some of the color that was placed on my lid that I may have gotten on there when I was putting my crease color in, and just kind of carve out my lid space. This is not a cut crease, but I just want to kind of basically double up on a primer. I use my MAC 224 brush again just to blend out any harsh lines that the concealer may have created and just clean it up. You want to, you can never blend too much. So then I'm going to go back in with my Morphe brush and just, I didn't add any more color, but just add the color that's left back into your V that I may have lost from the concealer. Then I'm going to use the color Get Ready With Me and that same Real Techniques brush I used for concealer, and I'm going to pat and swipe that onto my lid. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, just patting and swiping until I get the desired layering. I normally do 2 to 3 layers of lid color. Going back into the color next with my dome-shaped blending brush, I'm going to add more color to my V. A lot of times eye makeup is just a series of back and forth. Sometimes you may lose a little color and need to add more, and vice versa. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going back and deepening my crease some more on both eyes using the color Next. Using a pencil brush, I'm going to go into the color Rider Diamonds and just put a pop of sparkle in my inner eye corner. And I'm going to do that on both eyes. That color is really, really pretty, Rider Diamonds. Next, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Skinny Eye Tip eyeliner. And I'm just going to line my upper lash line. Of course, I'm going to do a V. If you guys would like to see a winged eyeliner tutorial, just let me know in the comments. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the eye. I don't really like my eyeliner too thick, so I'm just, making sure it's straight and starting from that inner corner and tracing out my lash line and ending it with a cat eye. Now I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara just to fill out the little bit of lashes I have left from doing eye extensions. That's like a whole different story. And I'm going to go back in with my Full Beat ColourPop beauty sponges, and I'm going to start on foundation. I'm using the Juvia's Place foundation. I'll put the color in the description. And I'm just going to start in the center of my face and apply that coverage all over. I really like these beauty blenders. Well, they're not beauty blenders, they're sponges, but you get the point. Really like them. So I'm just going to use that and apply my foundation all over my face until I get the coverage I desire. Y'all, this foundation has great coverage. It's really, really matte, I will say that, but the coverage is amazing, and I think it was only like 20 bucks at Ulta, so not a bad deal. Using my ULTA flat concealer brush, I'm going to carve out the top of my brows using my foundation. Some people like to do it with concealer. I prefer a more natural look, so I use my foundation just for a clean look. And I just really, really like how defining your brows with a flat brush just makes the brows have a better shape. I've been doing it for a long time, and I just really love it. I'm going to do that for both brows. I'm not sure where that footage went for the other brow, but I did do the other one. And I'm also going to use that foundation. I just was cleaning up some shadow under my wing there. So next I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Caramel, and I'm going to apply that to my under eye all the way to my nose. And then I'm going to spray my setting spray onto my beauty sponge and blend that out. That helps to eliminate some of the creasing. And I'm just going to continue to blend. Pay no attention to the time of blending here. You really want to take your time on this for a seamless look. Then I'm going to apply more concealer to my nose, my cupid's bow, my forehead, and a little more under my eyes. And then I'm just going to continue to blend that in until I have a seamless transition between my foundation and my concealer. Next, I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Cocoa Naughty Bronzer on the perimeter of my face, the hollows of my cheeks. Then I'm going to use Sasha Cosmetics Translucent Powder and a setting brush by Real Techniques to set under my eyes. I blended out my under eye creasing with a beauty blender first. So then you just want to set all of the concealer, bridge of my nose. Then I'm going to go in with a black eyeliner. I think I got this one from the dollar store. And you just want to line your waterline. Now using my MAC Strobe Cream, I'm going to apply that to all the areas I want to highlight. Above my cheekbones, down my nose, the forehead, cupid's bow, etc. Then I'm going to go ahead and touch up my brows using my Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brow Gel. I just like to apply a brow gel at the end of my routine just to freshen my brows up some, make them look clean and neat after all of that foundation application. Sometimes you might lose a little bit of the brows. Then I'm going to use this colored Raine Power palette. It's a highlighter blush duo, and using a Real Techniques fan brush, I'm going to apply the highlighter to all of the places that I put the MAC Strobe Cream. Then I'll go in with the blush brush and apply my blush. Next, I'm going to apply my lashes, just some plain old Ardell Wispies, and just make sure you put them at the lash line close to that. Next, I'm going to go in with my Fenty liquid lipstick. I'll put the color in the description. Then I'm going to set my face with this Cover FX shimmering setting spray. That's it, guys. I hope you like this look. As always, if you did, please comment below. Make sure you subscribe, and thanks again for coming to my channel. Bye, guys.